morning students, welcome to SST So Simple tutorial. As an economic outcome, we expect democracy to bring economic growth and development and reduce inequality and poverty. This is what we discussed in the previous class. Today, we will discuss the social outcomes of democracy. As a social outcome, we can expect democracy to accommodate social diversity and promote dignity and freedom of the citizens. Let us first assess democracy on accommodation of social diversity. Today, it is difficult to find a society that is homogeneous. You will find diversity in every society. Therefore, social divisions of one kind or the another always exists everywhere. In such a situation, the question arises, do democracies lead to peaceful and harmonious life among citizens? In first chapter, we have seen how democracies accommodate various social divisions. Power sharing, as we have read, is one such strategy to resolve disputes over exercise of power. It is a powerful approach to unite the diversities by making them a party to decision making. This reduces the possibility of these tensions becoming explosive and violent. We also saw how Belgium successfully negotiated differences among ethnic populations. Democracies usually develop a procedure to conduct their competition. In India, OBCs, STs, and SCs are given a fair share in power. This kind of power sharing is used to ensure adequate representation of each community. No society can fully and permanently resolve conflicts among different groups. But we can certainly learn to respect these differences, and we can also evolve mechanisms to negotiate the differences. Ability to handle social differences, divisions, and conflicts is thus a plus point of democratic regimes. Democracy accommodates social diversities when it is well understood that it is not just the rule of the majority, and that the rule of the majority is not just the rule of a single religious or social community. The majority always needs to work with the minority so that the government functions to represent the general view. Let us now assess democracy on whether it promotes dignity and freedom of the citizen. See, every individual wants to receive respect from fellow beings. Conflicts often arise among individuals because they feel that they are not treated with due respect. The passion for respect and freedom are the basis of democracy. This has been achieved in various degrees in various democracies. If we take the instance of gender equality, we can see that the democratic system promotes women's movements for freedom and equality by providing more constitutional and legal help. But this does not mean that women are treated with respect and they enjoy complete freedom in reality. However, once the principle of dignity and freedom of individual is recognized in principle, it becomes easier for women to wage a struggle to achieve that. They can demand their governments to take measures and implement the same. Thus, the democratic system ensures a legal basis for women's participation. The same thing is true of caste inequalities. Democracy in India has strengthened the claims of the disadvantaged and discriminated castes for equal status and equal opportunities. There are still instances of caste-based inequalities and atrocities, but they lack the moral and legal backing. That is why democracy is much superior to other forms of government in promoting this outcome of dignity and freedom of citizens. While we can expect democracy to have the social outcome of accommodation of social diversity and dignity and freedom of citizens, it may not be able to establish these outcomes of its own. As said before, it only creates conditions for its citizens to work towards achieving them. People are always having expectations and complaints about the way democracy functions. This by itself is an indication that people have developed awareness and expect those in power to be accountable to the citizens. Most people today realize that their vote matters. It gives them a say in the running of the government and ensure that their interests are protected. Having read the political, economic, and social outcomes of democracy, let us recap once what are the areas where democracy has failed. First, it is the corruption. The record of democracies show that most of the democratic countries, including India, has failed on this issue. Second, a democratic government should be attentive to the needs and demands of people, but unfortunately, the record of democracy on this issue is also not impressive. Democracies often frustrate people and ignore the demands of a majority of its population. Third, economic growth and development. Democracy has failed to provide a satisfactory level of economic growth and development. And fourth, reduction of inequality and poverty. Democracy has also failed to reduce economic disparity and remove poverty. Let us now see the probable questions from this topic. Question number 1. What are the conditions under which democracies accommodate social diversities? 2. The fact that people are complaining is itself a testimony to the success of democracy justified. Dear students, with this we finish the lesson as well as the syllabus of political science. So prepare well for the exam. All the best. Thank you.